Today with me is Steve Rotter. He is Vice President of Marketing, Digital Marketing Solutions at Brightcove. And he will tell us a little bit more about the importance of online video. So Steve, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Florian. Very great to be here.
So Steve, we have a lot of questions, of course. Moving pictures, video itself is a really big topic, even for our club. What I want to know first or upfront is how important is video already today? Can you give some examples for that?
Sure. I think in many ways video is transforming the internet. I mean, I think we're seeing this massive shift, and for many of us, we're experiencing this in our own personal lives as well as in businesses and how we're going to market with products and services. You think about the shift of the internet going from kind of a text-based and image-based web to largely video content. It's amazing. I mean, we've seen such an explosion of content being created, different ways of displaying that content, and in many ways, it's becoming a much more effective way for reaching audiences. The old story is that pictures worth 1,000 words. We often say a video is worth a million pictures, and literally and figuratively it is. So I think it's really important. I think what we're seeing is not only this acknowledgement that video is important by large media companies, news, sports, anything in kind of the general news and entertainment, but also large brands as well as nonprofits, small companies. They're all looking for ways to tell their story better. And the internet's a crowded place. I mean, keeping people's attention and getting them to look at a particular product or service and understand what it is very quickly, video does that well.
Yeah. In my opinion, video is, I think, one of the only medias that can transport emotions. And
yes.
It's perfect for any communication.
It is. It really is. Storytelling has been around for years, and we're starting to forever, really. But now we're starting to see that impact of that storytelling take place on the web in some really powerful ways.
Yeah. Can you give us a kind of future vision, maybe the vision of Brightcove? Where will this lead to? Where are we going to?
Sure. I think I would say the future of is going to be characterized by three things. One is just absolute growth. I mean, I think the growth we've seen to date in video and use for video is only going to accelerate. I think it's really going to then kind of start expanding out to accessibility. And what I mean by that is obviously all the consumption on mobile devices, tablets, and all the different surfaces yet to be invented. I mean, think about our own personal web browsing and surfing. How much video did you watch on your phone 5 years ago? Well, maybe not that much, but today happens all the time. And really, I think the next level beyond that is going to be what I would call that bridge between digital and physical. So, the ability to walk into a store, look at a product, and all of a sudden, not only look at the product and packaging that you're there physically, but all of a sudden, be transported with your smart device or phone to customer references and information about that. That's all video based and more immediate. I think that's another big change that's starting to happen now, and it's going to only accelerate.
It's going to be a really interesting time coming up.
It sure is. It sure is. It's a fascinating time.
Yeah. Steve, Brightcove is one of the famous streaming provider and streaming services, content management, video content management tools on the planet. How do you separate yourself from services like Vimeo or YouTube, for example?
That's a great question, Florian. I mean, a lot of times people think, well, this does video playback and so does Brightcove, a professional grade platform. Why would I want to invest in that and pay money for something that is fundamentally free? And in many cases, that's an initial reaction that a lot of marketers quickly see that there's value in both. And that's really what we try to see as a best practice. And we see this happening all the time with large companies and small. Those sites are great. YouTube is great for driving awareness, and it's the second largest search engine. And we often recommend people put video content out on their site or out on YouTube to drive people back to your site. But really, as a marketer and as a content owner, when people come to your site, you really want to own and control that experience, and the branding that you demonstrate, your ability to keep your audience there and keep them engaged, your ability to offer related content that you want to provide rather than what Google wants to provide is really, really important. In fact, I often say this is my challenge for marketers. Put any of your audience members on YouTube, or let them click on a YouTube video and put them on your content for a couple of minutes and see where they end up. Chances are they're not on your content anymore, and they're off looking at pets or rock stars or something that's completely different than what you wanted to see happen. So again, I think they have their place. In fact, we've built into our platform the ability to automatically sync your content with YouTube. So within Brightcove, you can have all your video content in there, click a single button, and it pushes that information out to your YouTube channel. So you get that awareness benefit, but you still keep the professional grade video player on your site.
That's nice, that's perfect, and I think especially for videos that should not be seen by the public, it's necessary to have your own streaming services anyway, so you will need your service.
Exactly, and I think those use cases are only going to be growing more and more, where we see not only customer-facing content or public-facing content, but internal collaboration, communication, employee training, all of those different use cases inside the firewall that is fundamentally designed for a professional grade platform like Brightcove.
Quite interesting field, quite interesting topic, and
it really is.
In the future we will hear a lot more, especially from Brightcove, but also about the global online video and how we can use it. So Steve, thanks a lot for being with me and for answering some of the most famous or important questions to our audience.
Great. Excellent. Thanks, Florian, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.